If you already failed for the BCN exam, this video is going for you. And if you never tried BCN exam but you are going to attend your first BCN exam very soon, must watch this video, because if you are going to make the same mistake, you can fail the BCN exam. So let's see what's the strategy to pass BCN exams in the first attempt. I am going to share my personal journey, how I prepared for all the exam and how I get the pass. Myself Vijay Patel, and I have the 9 BCIN qualifications. So let's start. Let's understand why people fail and what's the wrong with their strategy. Okay, so first one is people have no idea about the syllabus. First of all, you have to find the syllabus for your exam. For example, if you are preparing for the BCN House, search on the Google BCN House 2024 syllabus. On that one, just read whatever relevant to you. Also make sure the word except, that means you don't have to read that part of the building code. Alright, only read whatever is relevant to you and then move on to the next problem. Next problem is people try to memorize stuff. It's never going to be possible. Building code, it's like a huge books, like 4,000-5,000 of pages. Like you have to understand how to navigate the building code, how to fast, because you have only 2.5 or 3 minutes. So like you have to find the answer. You don't have to remember everything. Alright, so that's the another problem. People don't have a strategy. They just feel that if they will work hard, try to pass the exam and read a lot, they're going to pass. They're never going to pass if they don't have a really good strategy. So make a strategy first and then start preparation. Okay, there are too many blogs and information available online, but it's not in the structured way, like part step 1 to step 20, how can you pass the exam or something like that. That's why either you have to make your own steps, or right now we are making this content to help you guys to make these steps. Right, the biggest myth, people just think that if they spend money, go to really good organization, they are going to support them the pass. People will share their experience, really good sources, but eventually you are the person who's going to work hard towards to get your BCIN. So you have to prepare yourself to pass the exam, make the strategy and stuff working for you only. Okay, so here I'm going to share my personal journey, how did I prepare for all of my BCN exams and I get passed. Okay, so step 1 is reading one chapter. Find your syllabus, as I told you. Over there, find one chapter only. Let's say you are doing for the BCN House, then like see for the part 9 only, start the part 9. Step 1 is like find one chapter. Let's say we are reading for the radon. Okay, just read that chapter and move on to the next step. Step 2 is understand the concept, why something is like Ontario building code is talking about. For example, we have a fire rating between 2 units. Why do we even need that? It's for the people's protection. If one unit has a fire, then another has a safety compromise, right? So if you understand the concept very clear, it's going to help you after the exams. Even if you pass the exam and if you don't understand the concept clearly, it's not going to help you in your day-to-day life, like a jobs or something like that, right? So let's understand the concept. Basics needs to be very clear. Then read the building code one more time. This time when you read, it's going to make sense for you. Definitely language is hard for you, because if you are not reading regularly building code, it's tough in the starting. But if you understand the concept, it's very easy. Okay, now I feel that you understand the concept and move to the next step. Next step is to practice that chapter only quiz. If you do the quiz for that chapter, you can see that with the visuals, like you are getting enough marks or not, you understand or not, and you have to try like a BCIN questions, like exam questions. If you don't know, you'll go again, read that chapter, make sure that you are really good with that chapter. If you are really good with the chapter, you'll move to the next step. Next step is the pass the section, right? Once you'll pass the section, you have to move to the next chapter. Do the same for individual chapters, right? Once you are past the whole section, you are going to do the combined quiz. When you try yourself with the combined quiz, you can test yourself with the multiple areas because sometimes it's like cross over each other topic. You just feel that answer is in the part 9 but question is about part 3. All of these confusions comes really good on front of you, so before the real exam you already know all the problems. Okay, in the end try the full mock exams. When you are doing the full mock exams, that's reveal lots of problems towards you. It's not a real exam, so you are not losing money and time, but here you have a chance to prepare for the real exam. Okay, step 8, you pass the real these exams, then you try the real exam. If you try here, if you passing here like a 3 full mock exams, then in the end you will going to pass the real exam also, because it's almost similar, right? Why chapter wise quizzes work? What's the like a pros of the doing the quizzes, right? Why should even I buy the quiz? It's going to improve your memory. If you read same stuff multiple times, it's definitely help you. Let's say part 9 needs fire rating between 2 units, 45 minutes, you read this multiple times. If something comes like that in the exam, you're not going to spend too much time, find the answers very quickly, right? Another thing with question patterns, you can understand there are how many question patterns. Most of the people who fail in the first attempt, they have no idea about image based question. They go to the exam, see over that image based question and get panicked. They have one image, after that they have 4 or 5 questions in the sequence saying that like give the answer, and they never practice regarding this kind of question. So that's the main issue, and because of that we have to practice before going to the real exam. Okay, weak areas become obvious. Let's say you try about the chapter 9 like a stair or something, and now you give the quiz, you got fail on that, you didn't have the enough marks. You understand that you don't know enough information about the stair. You'll go again, read and make sure that you understand the topic very well. Once you understand the topic very well, try again that quiz. Now you are get more confident about the your exam, right? So that's going to be helped by the quizzes. Mixed topic quiz really helpful, because when you are doing particular area like reading a chapter and then try the quiz, you feel that you are really good. But when it's like everything together, it's like mix match, you have like different opinions regarding the question, so that's going to help you boost your confidence before attend the real exam. Train switching between the topics. In the real exam, one question is from the part 9, then another from the SB2. You have 2.5 minutes or 3 minutes, and if you spend like let's say 2 minutes to find just topic, you're never going to pass the exam. You have to practice more and more regarding this. Even though you have really good knowledge about the Ontario building code, you are using every day in a life, but you never practice for the exam, you're not going to pass it. You have to pass for the exam. Improve recall speed, definitely that's going to help by the quizzes, and overall strategy is really good if you are doing like this. Alright, what's the problem with the BCIN exams and what's the hardest part? Pressure is the main thing. In the exam you don't have enough time to spend and like search for the building code. In a real life like you have enough time, but in the exam they are checking your capacity to find the answers regarding to that topics very quickly. That shows the expertise. So the pressure is the main thing, and nobody talks about. You go to the like a training or learning stuff from the different organization, and if you are not under pressure practicing this, that's not going to help you. You have to understand the basics, building code, make strategy and get pass. Okay, mental fatigue. You never sit for the 3 hours before like getting the BCN exams. Right now we all are watching short video, we are not watching even like 3 hours movie. Like here we have to read this building code for the next 3 hours. Even question are easy, mentally we are so tired, we don't want to give the answers. So you have to practice, because eventually practice is going to help you to pass the exams, right? Time management. During these 3 hours you don't have a washroom break or like a food break or something like that. For the washroom you have to plan early, So that's why like I have the whole video on how to manage water breaks and washroom breaks, so you can get past this BCN exam. So that's that. And as I told you, sitting for 3 hours, it's not easy, and because of that we prepare our platform to serve you guys. We make a quizzes for each chapter, so you can try that chapter. Eventually we have 4 or 5 chapter mix one quiz, so that's going to help you test that. And end of that, like we have the full BCIN quizzes, like the same like exam. It's test your all of the discussions we did, and if you pass all of these exams, it's really increase your chance to pass in the real exam. So must try our platform. We have free quizzes over there, free flashcard, and if you like the overall platform, you can definitely get the full access for the BCN house or small buildings or legal exams. Thank you so much for this video. We're going to see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.